I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for supporting the Paynesville Area Community Foundation's 2017 Gala event. As you know, the Paynesville area schools were selected to partner with the foundation, focusing primarily on the area of vocational training. This fits extremely well into the Paynesville area schools' mission statement, which is to prepare students with the academic, social, and personal skills to be career, college, and community ready. This event will provide resources to help the Paynesville area schools in the area of vocational training. It's very important for us to provide all students with the skills necessary for them to be successful, regardless of which directions they choose to go, and the knowledge needed for them to make the best possible choice for themselves. We hope you'll come along on the journey for us to ensure that all students are career, college, and community ready.
Expanding our career exploration activities and our career and technical education programs will allow our students to be aware of the many opportunities available to them in agriculture, manufacturing, construction, welding, and automotive, as well as how technology has embraced industries across the spectrum.
Students that are in 9th through 12th grade have the option to be able to sign up for agricultural classes through the Ag Ed department. And currently I have a variety of classes ranging from the animal science, equine science with horses, vet science, to food science. It's a food science chemistry, and then also introduction to agriculture, natural resources, just a lot of different, and computer apps and ag. So I like my position in our school because I get to see a wide variety of students. And what I really also enjoy too is getting to see the traditional agricultural students and the non-traditional agricultural students. But there's a lot of students too that I could further reach out to if I were to have, say, a plant science class. These students, they don't know what some want to know what they want to do when they get older, and some have no clue. And I love that about the electives, is that they can try a little bit. It's kind of like a dessert and a buffet. You try a little bit of each different class and you find what you like, and you find what maybe just isn't your cup of tea, and then you can further adapt that. The field of agriculture and the field of career tech education has so many job opportunities out there. And looking at the fact that there's going to be careers out there that they could be in that aren't even invented yet, that aren't even around, is another key thing.
I'm currently the secretary in our chapter's FFA, and I have taken at least one ag class every single year of my high school career. My first year, I think I took 4. Each one has taught me new things. I am currently taking HBS, and all my classes were really easy, or like everything that we've covered so far has been really easy because I already learned all of it in veterinary science. And so it just opened up that path for me. I'm going to be a psychiatrist, or I want to be, and so it really doesn't have that much to do with agriculture or all the classes that I've taken, but it still has helped me open up as a person and become less shy and nervous, and has really encouraged me to actually talk to others, which you have to do in psychiatry, so it's helped quite a bit.
They're starting to make a lot of like ag robotic things, but they need mechanics for them. They need different people that can make different ideas, because the biggest things we have right now are like robotic milkers and feeders, but we don't have like anything else other than that. We're doing a whole lot of it right now, but I would like to see it, of course, grow, because we're starting our robotics team. That'd be a great way to start out with ag robotics as well and incorporating that into it. I'm really interested in like electronics, PCBs, different things like that. Robotics is more of like a hobby, but I think I'll learn from that too. Because we're all starting out, and if you can invest and we can start out together, we can kind of build up from that, because not everyone knows what they're doing right now. So then with investment we can kind of grow from there and learn.
A big thank you goes to our schools and our community and our volunteers. My FFA alumni, everyone, parents, students, everyone who's involved in this, with the Gala especially, to being willing to support our school and see the direction that we need to go and be able to help our students in our school to be able to fit these needs of the students and help us move further into the future. All of us combined together, you know, when they say it takes a village to raise a child, that is so true, and we want to thank you for being part of the village. Thank you.
Right now we kind of just cover the basics of everything, give the students an opportunity to be introduced to everything, create, or I should say get the students ready for technical college. I think it would introduce them to more opportunity out in the workforce. The nice thing that we could do would be just increase our facilities as far as size-wise. Right now I think we're kind of crammed in and we don't have the space needed that we would like to have. Also, we'd increase some of our tools that we have, or our mills and our CNC routers, stuff like that. We could increase the students' knowledge of cabinet building for trades and house building, and things that would definitely or greatly improve our project, or I shouldn't say our project, our program would be even just to have more instructors. Because right now, it's just me, Mike, and Natalie. And with the increased instructors, we could offer a more diverse curriculum.
I've been taking the woodworking class so far this year, and in the past summers I've been working for my dad for construction, and that's been I've really learned a lot through that. They include the intro to construction, where it gives you like the basics. You build a house out of like popsicle sticks and hot glue, but I think they could take it up to the next level with an advanced class, or you maybe build a house like other area schools around. Yeah, there's a lot of interest in the school for building and stuff, welding, woodworking, and all that. And a lot of kids take that class.
Right now we have good relationships with companies and businesses out in the community. We can always increase that, and with bringing in more businesses and community members, the more people you get involved, the better the program will become. You have more ideas, better ideas.
We're right now with our Creative Metals class. It's going really good. We've got a lot of students interested, and our general welding programs also. We have the equipment and the interest in the kids right now. It'd be nice to expand our equipment, our offerings, some of the types of welders we have, some of the plasma cutters we use. We've got the great community that's generous, that donates us some of the metals, some of the things we need, and the creativity of the students is wonderful. I mean, students are willing to learn. Our facilities can always be upgraded and made really, really nice for what we're trying to accomplish. I enjoy seeing the students go through the welding, kind of start where they start out with. Some have never welded before, have no ideas, and to come full circle to being actually a proficient welder. With the equipment and the facilities that we have and can create, I believe these students can get to that point. There's some wonderful projects and some amazing talent out there in our students, and I want to be the person that helps them get to that point.
I started taking all the welding classes here at school back in freshman year. And I guess when I first started, I didn't really know too much. I guess Dad kind of taught me a little bit, but really just how to stick two pieces together. So just with the time that I got in the shop, really just helped me build my own skills of how to weld. After high school, I plan to get some kind of welding job somewhere local, hopefully. And from there, I want to build. The long-term goal is to take over the family farm, but I want to be able to have a side job of welding just to bring in some extra income and everything else. Really the creativity of it, so that you can take a sheet of steel and build whatever you want out of it. If you can see it, most likely you can build it. So I don't know, I just like the aspect of being able to take literally nothing and build it into something that everybody enjoys. Well, really we have a really good shop compared to some schools, but it can always be better. The industry is constantly changing. Like they're going to more computers and everything, so like there's CNC tables for plasma cutting, and there's a lot of aluminum work done now, like ice castles are all aluminum frames. And so they need to be able to have aluminum welders. So really it's moving a lot away from steel too, but you still have the steel aspects of everything. So it's really just broadening everything. I think that with all the hours I've put in the shop and just the different things that I've worked on, I believe that I could go into some shop around here and ask if I could apply for a welding job. and that I would most likely be able to receive that job from the experiences that I've had.
With Paynesville schools having an automotive program, it's very unique to begin with. There are a lot of schools around and don't have those kind of programs, and I'm excited to be part of this. The sky's the limit with the equipment that's out there right now and the technology that's out there. I want to be able to teach the students what is out there in current industry standards, plus the safety of how to work in a shop. This all kind of works hand in hand, and it's great to be a part of this with the equipment. New equipment, stay on the cutting edge of what's out there. When students want to work in dealerships, they might aspire to work at a dealership or run their own business someday. All these kind of things and the equipment that we can use, I can show them the latest features, get their interest piqued. That's kind of what my goal. Each day when I get up, I do get excited about coming to school to work with the students. Most of the students I work with really want to learn this stuff, and to see what they can come from where they started, the knowledge they have, to where I can give them the kind of knowledge I can get them up to. It's great to see the passion that some students have and how they want to work on stuff they're willing to learn, and I'm willing to give them that knowledge and do everything I possibly can to get them to where they want to be. In a really good position as far as where we want to go to. Our programs is kind of a one-of-a-kind in our area, and I think it'll actually draw students into our school, having the great program that we do have, and expanding upon that with equipment and the latest facilities, the latest everything we can get. It's a really exciting time for me and the students.
I kind of got involved in it. I farm, so we do tractor work, mechanic work. So I kind of bought my own truck, and then I started working on it, and just kept going on it. It's kind of a fun field. There's all kinds of stuff out there. You got modifications to it, and you do all this cool stuff for diesels and gas cars and drag racing. So it's a pretty interesting field for anyone who wants to get into it, basically. Everyone drives a vehicle, everyone almost. So to have that car break down and be late for work, I don't think not too many people are happy with that. So to have those people out there that can fix it and get the job done right the first time is kind of a big deal to some people.
The expansion of our students' experiences in the classroom through adding robotics, coding, and updating the equipment in our lab, as well as partnering with area businesses, will help our students transfer the experiences they have in the classroom with relevant career opportunities. We have very talented students here in Paynesville, and helping each of them pursue their career goals is our #1 priority. And with your help in this quest, we hope to help our students develop their passions as well as their talents so that they can be more competitive and successful in tomorrow's world workforce.
As many of you are well aware, the industries are changing on a day-to-day basis. The Department of Education quotes that over 65% of the jobs that our current students will have haven't even been created yet. So we're trying to at least produce the skills that they'll need. And coding, robotics, 3D printing are areas that we know will exist. However, we don't know in what way, shape, or form. K-12, we're looking to provide opportunities for all of our students. The more opportunities that our students are given, the better chance they'll have to be successful in the ever-changing workforce. The Paynesville Area Community Foundation was a catalyst last year when we received a grant for 21st century skills and robotics equipment, K-12, to help our students on the right track for the future. My job as a district technology integrationist is to bridge the gap for students, teachers, and the workforce. So any skills that in the workforce you're seeing our students needing, please reach out to me, because I'm more than glad to help and assist in that process.
We took this camp where we built a robot, and in the end we competed with it, and we got to the semifinals. Yes, we got to the semifinals, almost state. But I think from there that really opened my eyes up to how easy it actually is. All in all, I thought it was this huge hill that I had to get over. And no, it's not. All you have to do is put a little effort in.
I think we should be incorporating robotics and engineering into our school district, because that is a major growing field now in our culture and society. That we have software development, we have engineering for mechanics and car manufacturers, and pretty much every major electronic company has different uses for engineers, and that is very beneficial for us as a country and the world.
Hi, I'm Tim Whaler. I'm the POE instructor here at Paynesville High School. POE stands for Principles of Engineering. It's basically made up of 4 components. The first one is energy and power. The second one is material and structures. The third one's control systems, and the fourth one is statistics and kinematics. Right now what the kids are working on is simple machines, working on mechanical advantages, both IMA and AMA, efficiency. And then we'll go on to statics, which is building bridges. We'll use West Point Bridge Builder, which is a program where we can set the parameters, say we want you to build a bridge that spans X amount of feet, your budget is $20 million, and they have different weight constrictions and so forth. We can make it as detailed as we want, and then they have to design a bridge that comes in under budget and meet a deadline. The third module is basically control systems, is robotics. Trying to design things that perform specific tasks. The capstone project is to make a material sorter, which there's a state park that wants to take all its reusable materials and have them sorted with 100% efficiency. So if you threw recyclables into a bin, it would automatically sort it. And I can't remember what exactly the numbers are, but they have to have 100% efficiency. Within 2 minutes, they have to sort 20 different items. And that's pretty cool because everything has to be done with one button. So you push a button and it automatically sorts the different types of recyclables. And there's a million different ways. That's one of the nice things about PLTW, is most of the problems are open-ended. You know, our capstone projects are all open-ended. There's no one way to do it. Another thing I think that's good about PLTW is everything has to be verified. Our engineers' notebooks are legal documents, so getting signatures, getting witnesses, documenting all of your work. That's neat, it's organized, it's specific. Everything we do pertains to real world.
Last year we took a class, and it was a lot to do with building with pulleys, ramps. That's what we did to start with, basically all the simple machines. And then we got into more complicated things such as thermodynamics and fluid mechanics. And yeah, it was pretty intense. We had to keep a lab journal. So it was a fun class. Yeah, if I were going to engineering, it would definitely be helpful to be a step ahead of the game in college, I think. I may not go into the engineering field, but there's a chance. So yeah, it's a good class for me to have under my belt.
There's a lot to be an engineer. You have to know a lot of math, be good at drawing, know what you're doing with a lot of parts and mechanisms. I would like to someday become an engineer of some sort. Don't know what, but I like math.
So I'm Jesse Rasmussen, and I teach both PBS and HBS. PBS stands for Principles of Biomedical Science, and it's an introductory class into all sorts of careers involved in the biomedical science field. We look at careers that require very little training, such as a morgue technician, or specialized training such as EMT, or even advanced careers such as a medical examiner or a diabetic educator, all sorts of different careers. For each of these careers, students will write a little journal entry, and then they have to do a reflection on whether or not that's a career that they would want to be involved in. So they get a chance to get experience in all sorts of careers in the biomedical field. The next level up is the class called HBS, or Human Body Systems, and that's where we look a little more detailed into anatomy, and they'll learn about different careers in that one, such as an asthma doctor, somebody who specializes in respiratory therapist, and all sorts of different medical careers that students get exposed to. So my hope throughout these classes is that they find careers that they're potentially interested, that they had never ever heard of before, and then that leads them down a path to pursue a different career that maybe they didn't even realize existed. Yeah, I think getting students involved in the medical science, I know the medical science field is one of the fastest growing career fields out there, and so getting students exposed to the medical field is extremely important for schools, and letting them be aware of what careers are out there is really important for us to do as a school, so that students are aware of where they can go with these new career fields. So investing in biomedical sciences is really important. Yeah, one of the best things about these classes is we are doing actual real life labs that people do in the in the laboratory setting. So for instance, a GTT test is a test involved in diabetes to see if somebody's type 1, type 2 diabetic, how their body handles insulin. And so this is a real test that they do in labs. My wife was going and having one done when she was pregnant to test for gestational diabetes at the exact same time that we were doing it in our class. And so students are working with real hands-on labs that they will actually take and use in the real life field. And that's really exciting for me, that we're doing real life science. So Spark came in, I was asked to do an interview for the St. Cloud Times in which they wanted to come in and take a look at what our class was doing. And so they got a chance to come in and look at different programs that we offer. They got to watch the HBS and the PBS class do different things. In the HBS class, we were looking at x-rays. So students were analyzing x-rays that we found and trying to determine what was wrong with the x-ray and looking at it and trying to find which bone was broken. So they were doing things that actual doctors would be doing when looking at x-rays. It was a huge honor. We're really excited about our biomedical science program, and it was a great honor to have St. Cloud Times come in and interview and just watch what we do so people know what goes on within these walls, because so often we do such great things and people don't ever hear about them. So it's exciting that other people around the state can hear about what's going on here in Paynesville.
I was in the Human Body Systems class, and I'm actually currently enrolled in Principles of Biomedical Science, so PBS. And last year taking HBS, it was very difficult. It was very interesting to learn about all the different blood types and discovering all this stuff. I mean, we dissected eyes to counties to, we dissected a whole bunch of stuff, and it was just very interesting to see and learn about all the different things that are in your body that we actually really have no idea that are there. So I thought about going into a career for working in a nursing home as like an RN or an LPN with working with different medications. And last year after taking HBS, it is definitely an eye-opener for younger kids that if you want to go into the medical science or medical professions, I definitely recommend taking that class, because for me it was a huge eye-opener as to this is what you're going to be working with, you have to know all this stuff, and it's not only that you want to help others and be in that field, but it's also the science behind it and understanding everything that has to go on behind the scenes and not just what us patients see when we go in there and see the nurse.
There's a proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Now is the time to not only support the Paynesville Area School District, but the whole community. The foundation wants to develop an ongoing endowment to continue to help improve the community and the school district in oh so many ways. That can only take place with your continued support. I have often said that in order to have a strong school, you need a strong community, and in order to have a strong community, you need a strong school. We don't want to go fast, we want to go far. That can only be accomplished with all of us working towards common goals, goals which start with the success of our students. We're excited to work together. We want to thank you not only for the support for the 2017 Gala, but your support going into the future.